Hello, welcome to a live watercolor tutorial. Today we will be painting a watercolor holiday latte and holly tutorial. I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be so much fun. This is kind of different than my usual tutorials. We usually don't paint something that's not nature, but I really wanted to paint a latte. I feel like that'll be something different to do and fun. Anyways, if you're watching live, feel free to say hi in the chat box. Let me know where you're from. And have you ever painted a latte before? Or like coffee or something similar to that? I'd love to know. It looks like Patty is here. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Palak, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Hi, Thunder Wolf. They say, grateful for this live stream. Can't wait. Me too. Anyways, so I will quickly go over the supplies I'm using. So this is my Etcher sketchbook here that I'm using, and it's 5 by 7 inches. And the brushes that I'm using are my silver black velvet brushes that I use a lot. So I have 3 round ones, 8, 4, and 2. And I have my script size 1 brush here. Not sure if I'll use this. I might. Guess we'll find out. And then I plan on using the Woodlands pan set from Art Philosophy for this painting. And then Sap Green from Daniel Smith. And I also have Titanium White from Daniel Smith. And this is kind of a look at the colors I plan on mixing if you wanted to find similar colors that you have to these. Basically you need like a brown, a gray. Oh, you'll need some kind of white or like a very light brown. Greens. I have 2 types of greens here. And then like a reddish pink color for the berries. All right. Hi, Liz. Good morning. Palak says that they're from India. That's so cool. And it's 8:26 in India. Is that PM? Oh, PM. Okay. Cassie. Hi, Cassie. Wow, we have the same last name. That's cool. She says, good morning. First time here live. So exciting. All right. You can find the outline to this in the description of this video to download and transfer onto your paper. So I used a light pad to transfer my outline on my paper and watercolor pencils from Faber-Castell. So that's how I did that. Sometimes I also use graphite transfer paper. And then you'll also find links to 4 different reference photos for this painting. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. Let's get started. I feel like this could be kind of a long tutorial, but we'll see. Okay. Liz says in Arizona it's 8 a.m. Cassie says I'm in Salt Lake City area. 8 a.m. here. Patty says 7 a.m. in San Diego. And Shelly says 9 a.m. here in Saskatoon, Canada. And then, hi, Sarah. Glad you're here. And Sydney's here. And Hannah. Okay, let's get started. So we are going to first start with the coffee. So yeah, we'll mix a few different browns. All right, so I'm looking at the reference photo. So it looks like we'll need like a dark brown, a reddish brown, and like a very light brown. So I'll go ahead and mix those. Okay. So for the dark brown, I'll probably use Bear here from the Woodlands pan set. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and put this up here on my palette. Okay, add a little bit of water to it. Okay, and then the next brown is like a reddish brown. So I'll probably mix or use this Cavern. This is kind of like a reddish brown here. I already kind of mixed it a little bit to figure out what colors I want to use before this tutorial. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm going for, like a reddish brown here. All right, and then we want like a very, very light brown. So I'm gonna have to make room for that on my palette. Okay, so for this light brown, I do want it to be a reddish brown too. So I'm just gonna take Cavern here. Oops, I just dipped my finger in my paint. Cavern, add that right there. And then I'm going to mix my white watercolor paint into it. And water. So I'm trying to mix this light brown and have it be like the foamy part of the latte. If you don't have white watercolor paint, but you have white gouache, that will work too. Or you can just mix a lot of water into your brown to make it very light. Okay. I think that's good to start out with. All right, cleaning my brush. Shelly says, good morning, Allison and everyone. I'm so happy to be off work today to catch you live. I'm wondering what size you traced your design. Yeah, the size of my painting is 5 by 7 inches. I printed it out on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and had it print the outline to be 5 by 7 inches. Tea Time with Yaya says, hey, hello from India. Hi. Thunderwolf says, my name is Tyler from Akron, Ohio. I've never painted a latte or anything like that. I'm still a beginner. Well, I hope that you find this fun to paint, Tyler. Okay, so for this latte, let's start with the lightest part of it, okay? So the lightest part is actually this swirl here that's white. And then the next lightest part is like this foamy brown that we mixed. So I'll start with this, and I'm going to try not to paint where the lightest part is in this latte. And this is my size 4 round brush. And then I'm also going to have my size 8 round brush right here with just water in it to blend. And I will go ahead and move my camera a little closer for you guys. I feel like it's kind of far. So bear with me here if it shakes. All right. I will start around this heart-shaped. Here. I've never painted coffee or like a latte ever, so I hope I do a good job. Okay, now I'm taking this brush here. It just has water in it, and I'm kind of blending this into over here. Now, it's okay if we paint with this light brown in areas where it's going to be dark brown, because it's easy to paint over light with dark. I'm cleaning that brush and then going back. And I probably will work the white foam more later on with maybe white gouache or white watercolor paint. Okay. I'm moving back to my brush here that has paint in it. And I'm also looking at the reference photo frequently to make sure I am doing this right. Switching to my brush that just has water. Now we are in the ugly stage, as you might be familiar with if you paint with watercolor, so it might not look that great right now, but it'll look a lot better later on. Switching to my blending brush. Hi Beth, good morning. She says, I'm from Portland, Oregon. Okay, again, switching to my blending brush. Okay, now be careful not to paint the rim because we just want to stick to this coffee. Okay, switching back to my blending brush. Now, if you don't have white gouache or white watercolor paint, you might want to be extra careful around the white part of the foam to preserve it, because your paper, the white of your paper will act as the white of your coffee. Okay. That's pretty good. Next, we will move on to the next brown. So I am cleaning my brush. Hannah Kai is here. Hannah, you're, I can't see your message anymore for some reason. YouTube, like, took it away. But hi. Rachel says, good morning, Rachel. Glad you're here. All right, so next is time to use this reddish colored brown here. So again, I'm still using my size 4 round brush. And I'm still going to be using my blending brush. All right, so if you look at the reference photo, there's like some reddish brown, like a streak here, all along here, okay? Then I'm switching to my blending brush. I'm working this brown more, dragging it over here, blending it this way slightly. Trying not to paint the rim of my mug. Trying to stay in the lines. I just cleaned my blending brush, then I'm going back, refining this area. Okay. And now I am switching back to this brush that has paint. And I'm going to, since this is still wet here, I'm going to drop in a little bit more and just let it kind of blend. And then up here, around this heart shape. Switching to my blending brush. Okay. Adding more of this reddish brown. There's like a little bit here. Blending. Okay. Grabbing more brown. I'm gonna add some down here now. Switching to my blending brush. Trying to stay in the lines. And I'm going to add some along the edge. Blend. All right, I am going to let that dry. If I keep working and working and working, it'll just get overworked. So we need to let that layer dry, and then we'll add more to it. So I'm cleaning my brushes. Hannah says, when I printed the reference photo, I forgot to choose a photo and walked away from my printer. I ended up with 14 pages of many cups of coffee. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Sarah says, hi Allison, this looks like a cute design. Thank you, Sarah. Rachel says, Hannah, I wish extra coffee appeared that easily. That is too funny. And Sarah Reed says that she never painted a latte either. Okay, as we wait for that to dry, let's go ahead and start on, let's see. Okay, let's work up here a little bit. Okay, so I am going to turn my palette. Actually, I'm going to move that over here so you can see how I mix these greens. All right, so I'm bringing up the reference photo for the holly. And for the holly, oops, I plan on using these two greens here. Yeah, okay. So this first green I mixed. I'll show you how I mixed it. In fact, I need to mix more of it. So I'm taking my size 4 round brush, reactivating it with some water. So to mix this, I took deep moss here. It's like a bluish green. So I'm adding some deep moss here. But to me, it's a little too much. It's a little too saturated. I want to tone it down slightly. So to do that, what I did, I'm cleaning my brush. Okay, what I did was I took some of this foxberry. Oh wait, no, I took some redwood, this reddish brown here. And mix that in. And this will just help tone it down a little bit. Okay. All right, and then next, I'm gonna take this other brush that I have, my size 2 round brush. And now I will mix. I'm using small brushes because my painting is 5 by 7 inches. This brush is kind of too small to mix, but it's okay. I'm reactivating this color, and how I got this color was that I took sap green from Daniel Smith. So I added some sap green, and then again, it was just a little too much. I wanted to kind of tone it down, so I also added some of the redwood here, this reddish brown to it. And that's how I made that color. Okay, there we go. 2 greens. Now it's time to get painting. Do you guys find my mixing helpful? I hope. Okay. Let me move my camera a little bit. There we go. So I'll be working with like 3 brushes. This is just kind of what I do. One brush I have with just water to like blend and work colors. And then these 2 brushes are for these 2 greens. So I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, and work with this green first. So I'm taking that bluish green with my size 4 brush. And then I have my blending brush ready. And actually, I'm going to start at the bottom one. I'm sorry. I'm going to start with the bottom holly here, okay? Okay. So yeah, I'm just looking at the references, but I'll probably end up just doing my own thing. Okay. These silver black velvet brushes are perfect for this holly because it has like a very fine point. Okay, so I'm just kind of filling this holly in. I'm switching now to my blending brush. I'm going to kind of blend this holly this way. Blend this holly, blend this green this way. I'm going to leave white on my paper where the center line is unpainted. And I want this side to be a little lighter, so that's kind of why I'm blending this green this way. Okay. All right, I have a feeling I won't be using that other green I mixed for the holly. I kind of like that, but maybe like the second layer, I'll add a touch of that other green. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing to this one here. Now, when you move to this area right next to this holly here, be careful. If this is still wet, then this dark green will seep into that other leaf. So, yeah. Okay, I'm switching to my blending brush. And yeah, this is just the first layer on these leaves. We will add one other layer. Oops. Freya says, "Hi Allison, I just finished doing your poppy flower tutorial and it was so much fun. I can't wait to see how this beautiful sketch turns out." Yay! I'm so glad you liked that one. The poppy is my one of my top favorite tutorials that I did. That one was just really, really fun. Okay, let's move to this bottom leaf here. Alright, I am switching to my blending brush and blending this green this way. Alright, okay, this one and this one's gonna be a little different because these berries overlap it, and so this green will be dark, both like maybe right here and here. So I'm painting around this berry, and then this leaf here overlaps this one, so it'll be dark right here. All right, so I'm switching to my blending brush, blending this green. Up, and then blending this green this way. And I'll actually add a little bit more green over here and make this side darker. Right, I'm switching back to my blending brush. Kind of messed up a little bit, but it's okay. The middle line I didn't do a good job at preserving, but it's okay. All right, now we'll paint this leaf and then we'll paint the stem, and then we'll move back to the latte. Okay, so this one, again, around the berries, is going to be dark green. Try not to paint right next to this leaf until it's dry, because we don't want any weird texture going on, like the cauliflower effect. Who here watched my video from last week? My 12 watercolor mistakes. I went over the cauliflower effect. Okay, blending this up and over here. Blending this green over here now. And this leaf is dry, so I'm going to fill that in. I'm trying to work quickly now because I feel like I'm painting kind of slow and my paint is already kind of drying. Okay, now I'm going to go back into this with some green. I'm going to add a little bit of dark green over here to let that kind of blend since it's still wet. And then I will paint the stem with my size 4 brush. Start as thin as you can, and then you can make it a little thicker. All right, cleaning my brush now, and we'll move back to the latte. How are you guys doing? How's this painting coming along for you? Hannah says, I'm ashamed to say I also got many pictures of the holly and pine needles. I was only saved by my printer running out of paper. That is so funny. All right, I'm bringing the latte reference photo up and looking at it. Now we'll want to mix a darker brown. All right, so I already have a dark brown and I'm using Bear from this Woodlands pan set. By the way, I forgot to say, all of the supplies I am using are listed in the description below. Okay, but I do need to add more water to it because it's dry now. All right, so yeah, this is my size 4 brush. And then I'm gonna use my size 8 brush to blend. Okay, here we go. I am going to add this dark brown on this side of the latte because I want this side to have more shadow. This will just give it more dimension. Really trying to take my time here and not paint outside of the line. Okay, I'll stop there. Switch to my blending brush. Blend this into the other browns a little bit. We don't want to blend too much. Then blend it this way. While that is still wet, take more brown, drop it in, let it kind of blend. Okay, I'm gonna move to my, see, this is the cauliflower effect here, guys. I'm just gonna kind of blend this. There. All right. Taking more brown. I think I will add some down here. Blend. I'm just gonna blend this more over here, but I don't want this side to be as dark. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I might add more of that dark brown when this is dry. Next, I am going to add more of this reddish brown here. So I'm reactivating it. It's dry now. I'm just adding some water to it. Beth says, thanks for painting coffee, Allison. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. And then she says, yeah, seeing mixing is very helpful. Good. Okay, now I'm going to add this all the way around the rim on this side. Switch to my blending brush. Blend this into this brown slightly and into the lighter brown. Grabbing more of that brown here. I'm going to add some up over here to the top. Switch to my blending brush. Okay, and then I'm going to add I'm actually going to mix more of this reddish brown real quick, but make it maybe a little bit more red, a little bit more on the red side. All right, switch to my blending brush. Now again, if this white foam is the white of your paper, be very careful. I do plan on fixing it and making it look better with some white gouache here soon. Okay, I'm gonna go around this rim again. It's dry, so I do want to add a little bit more. Blend. Okay, there's like maybe a little swirl here. Okay, this is challenging for me. I've never done this before. Never painted coffee. So hopefully I make this look okay. This is my blending brush. All right. And then I'll add a swirl, like maybe right here, add some. Blend. I'll add more of a swirl, like right here on this heart. Blend. All right, it's looking more and more realistic, so that's good. More and more like a latte. So I add paint, I blend, add some more paint, blend. Okay. I'm gonna add somewhere down here at the bottom of this foam, blend it around. Right. I'm gonna add some more around the edge here. I probably won't do any blending for the edge. Just trying to make it a little darker. I'm gonna bring some of this reddish brown into this dark brown slightly. Okay, and then I'm going to blend this a little bit. I'm gonna bring some of this red brown over here now. Yeah, this latte might be the most challenging part of this painting, so it's a good thing we're doing it first. I'm gonna add some more over here. This is dry now, otherwise I would wait until it's dry to do this. Blend. All right. And then add a little bit of this over here in the dark brown area. Blend. So we just keep building and building and building until we get what we want. But yeah, you do have to be careful not to overwork your painting, which is, I struggle with that sometimes. I just keep going and going, and then before I know it, I like added way too much. All right, I'm gonna stop there, let that dry, and then I'll work the white foam some. So I'm cleaning my brush. Hi, Fallon. Fallon says, hi, Allison, looks great so far. Thank you. Tuba, hi, says, hi, Allison, looks beautiful. Thank you. Liz has to go to work. Oh, that's sad. I hope you have a good day at work, Liz. All right, so for the white foam, you can use white gouache, you can use white watercolor paint, you could use like a white gel pen. I think I'm gonna use white gouache, and I have some here on my palette. So actually, I'll probably just, I don't know what I want to do. All right, I guess I'll use this. So I'm reactivating this, and I'm going to add it over here to this light brown area. Okay, this is my size 4 brush. All right. I'm just kind of adding a little bit there, going in with my blending brush now. I'm trying not to paint all of the white on my paper. I do want to leave some of it. I'm just trying to touch up areas. Okay. And then over here. Try not to blend it too much into the brown because we want to keep that brown. We don't want to yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's hard to talk and paint at the same time. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that is good. For now, we'll see. We'll just let that sit. And then maybe we'll go back to it and add a little bit more later. I kind of feel like it could use more, so let's just move on to the next thing, which is the rest of the cup here. Okay, cleaning my brush. Freya says, looking gorgeous, Allison. Thank you. Hannah says, I watched the watercolor fix video, always looking for a fix. I know, right? Aren't we all? Sarah says, your latte looks good enough to drink. Thank you. Hannah says back, what? You're halfway done? Maybe not. Maybe like a third done. Okay, so for this cup, basically you can have it be any color you want, but I want to have it be just like a neutral color. So basically the color that is in the photo, the reference photo. But mine might look a little bit more gray. We'll see. So we want to mix the gray. So to do that, I plan on taking grace down here from this pan set, and then I'm going to add some white paint to it. And I'm reactivating this gray here on my palette, and that's basically how I mix this. So it's a very light gray, and I'm adding a lot of water to it. I want it to be light. So this first layer on the cup will be very, very light as you can. The lightest gray you can mix. All right, and then of course I will have my blending brush ready. Freya says, wow, looking so realistic, enough to drink. I think I already read that, but I hope it looks okay. I'm not super happy with it, so I probably will go back into it here soon. All right, we'll start on this side. At least I am, because I'm right-handed and it's easier for me to work this way to this way. So I'm gonna start. If you look at the reference photo of this cup, the very edge is gray, or at least I'm gonna have the very edge be gray so it stands out off of my paper. And then it's like really white. Then it's gray again. There's like a shadow all here. So I'm gonna first paint the very edge with this gray. I'm trying to start as thin as possible. I'll go to there, switch to my blending brush, my brush that just has water, blending this way, all the way around. And feel free to turn your paper. I'm gonna do that because I feel like it'll be easier. Grabbing more gray, adding some more, switching to my blending brush. I'm really trying to stay in the line here. I don't want my saucer to look warped or anything. Turning my paper. I'm moving things off my desk so I don't knock anything down. Okay. Switching, blending. Okay. And then down here. Blending. All right, there's the edge. Tequila 366 says, looks so cozy. Excellent job on the copy. Thank you. Tyler says, what is gouache? Not sure if that's how you spell it. Oh, that's okay. Let me grab it here if I can find it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Of course, it's not by me when I need it. Oh, I see it. Okay, so this is gouache. This is the white gouache I use. It's basically like watercolor paint, but just very opaque. It's kind of a cross between acrylic and watercolor. And it's great. I like to use white gouache a lot in my watercolor paintings, like for highlights. And to make pastel versions of colors and stuff. All right, next I'm taking that same gray. Now make sure it's dry over here. Okay, it's dry. So now we want to paint like the shadow that's kind of in the middle here. Although I might just add some shadow here, like so, and blend it with my blending brush. Blend it into the white. Let it kind of fade. Like so. All right. And then I'll do the same thing on the side. I probably won't add too much detail to the cup and saucer because I feel like the focal point is not the cup really. It's like the coffee and then like around it. So I don't want to add too much. All right, and then along the outer part of the rim here of the cup, we are going to paint to help it stand out. I might just try and paint a line like this. I don't know. I might blend it a little bit. All right, so yeah, I'm taking my blending brush here, the very tip. Kind of smoothing this out, making it more round. Then moving this gray this way. All right. Then I'm gonna add some more gray here. It's not necessary to really blend here, but I'm just doing it because I want to. All right, and then up here. I'm really trying to follow the line of my outline. Yeah, my cup is not perfect, but it's okay. It's a painting. It's not supposed to be super perfect. All right, and then over here in front of the handle, and then kind of more into the handle for a shadow. And then blend. Okay. We don't want to paint all of this gray. We want there to be some white. So trying to be careful about that. Okay. I think now we'll mix a darker gray and create kind of like a shadow here on the side. So it just pops more. So for this darker gray, well, I'll probably just use Greystone here from the Woodlands pan set. So I'm grabbing some of that and adding it in this area where I had my lighter gray. Thank you, Hannah, for answering Tyler's question. Sarah says, oh, okay, she's talking to Freya. Hi, Trish. It's good to see you. Okay, so for this gray, I kind of want to make it a little warmer. So I'm going to add a little bit of brown to it. Oh, wait, that's way too much brown. We don't want that. Okay, I'm going to add more gray. Now it's like really dark. Okay, so add more water. Okay. Make sure it's dry right here before you do this. Mine's dry. Okay, in the reference photo, you'll see there's a darker shadow like along here. So we're going to paint that in. Blending brush. Okay, we don't want to blend all the way because there's like a highlight here. So about there. Like so. Let it kind of taper off this way. Grab me more gray. While this is wet, I'm going to drop in a little bit more to really help it pop. Blending. Okay. I'm gonna drag some of this off. I feel like I added too much. All right. Next, we need to continue this shadow this way a little bit on the other side of the handle. Switching to my blending brush. Trying to blend, following the contour of the saucer. Okay. I like that. I'm gonna let this dry. I might add a little bit more later. All right, how's it going, guys? Cleaning my brush. Next, we're going to move on to the rest of the holly, okay? Wow, we're like we're over an hour in already. Gosh. You know what? I think it's time for the artist spotlight. What do you guys think? I'm gonna spotlight one of you guys, okay? We do this every live tutorial that I do. Every other Thursday, I spotlight someone here in my community, and it could be you. So give me like a second to choose the artist. Okay, now let me turn my camera around. So we'll take like a quick minute break here from the tutorial. All right, you guys wanna know who I'm spotlighting? I am spotlighting Mary Joy, or Marie Joy here. This is her Instagram, and I linked it in the description of this video. But she is a Nature with Watercolor member. which is my monthly watercolor membership. And she did this tutorial that's in the membership. Isn't that great? Wow. And she also did my last live stream, which is this fall woodland collage. So amazing. Like, look at that. So good. So yeah, if you would like to support her on Instagram, feel free to check out her Instagram linked in the description of this video. Yay. Okay, let's continue. All right, let me set up my camera here. There, okay. So yeah, if you want to have the chance to be featured, all you have to do is use the hashtag AllisonLaneArtTutorial when you post a finished painting of yours that you did from one of my tutorials. You'll have the chance to be featured. And you can also use the hashtag Nature with Watercolor if you want to. And I might feature you on my Nature with Watercolor Instagram page. All right, okay, let's get started here. I'm going to turn this around to my greens, and we'll paint this holly up here a lot like the other one. I might have to move my palette right here. All right, and I need to mix more of this color. So if you're just joining, I'll show you how I did that. So I'm using Deep Moss from the Woodlands pan set. So I'm going to reactivate that over here. Grab some more of it. Srijita, hey, says, I recently found your channel and I love to do watercolor and your tutorials are extremely helpful. Good, I'm so glad you find them helpful. All right, and then it is a little too saturated for me, so I'm going to mix some redwood, this reddish brown, into it. Okay, and I have my blending brush ready. It just has water in it, and then this brush here is my size 4 brush that I'll be painting with. First, let's paint this little leaf that's floating. I'm gonna paint this side darker. Today's the perfect day to paint this because it's like a rainy day here where I live. A rainy fall day. Okay, this is my blending brush. I'm kind of blending this more this way. Okay, and then blending this over here. It's kind of dry now. I'm gonna add a little bit more green. Okay, and then I'm leaving a sliver of white in the middle. All right, and now onto here. Kissy says, hi Allison and everyone here. I pop in very quickly, sadly have to leave again, But that looks like a yummy cup of coffee. Amazing already. Have fun painting and I'll catch the replay. So nice to see you, Kizzy. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and say hi. These silver black velvet brushes are like perfect for these leaves. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine using another brush. Okay, I'm trying to hurry before this dries. Okay. Then painting around this berry here. Okay, and then I'm switching to my blending brush. It's kind of already dry. Darn. Okay, I'm gonna drop in some more green. Okay. Blend. Yeah, it's like really windy and rainy today. Perfect cozy day to be inside painting. Patty says she is so talented. Yeah, she is. So talented. All right, next, this one. And I'm trying to think ahead here. So this leaf here is very light. So I want this side of this leaf to be dark so that they kind of pop. You know what I mean? So if we painted this side really light right here and they're both really light right there, it won't stand out as much. So I'm going to paint this side dark. Now, if this is still wet, be careful when you paint next to it. Next to, oh my gosh, this leaf. I just messed up. Okay, let me wipe some of this away. Okay, there. Sorry. I'm sorry, I got really scared there for a second. I'm gonna leave some of white on my paper unpainted right there for now because this is kind of wet, this leaf here. So it's gonna leave that unpainted for now. All right, and then move back up here, paint a little bit on this side. Blend. All right, so this part of the leaf right here, I'm gonna have it be dark around this berry to create kind of like a shadow. Rachel says that gouache is a funny word for a funny paint medium. It is, isn't it? It is a weird word. Okay, I'm going to paint in this stem here. Yeah, it is like pouring rain. I love rainy days. Okay, I'm going to paint green around this berry. All right, and I'm going to have this side be dark. I'm trying to work quickly here. kind of painting slowly. Blending. I'm going to grab some more green, drop some in here around this berry. Trish says, I love listening to you chatter while you paint. Well, thank you, Trish. Sometimes I worry if I annoy people. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to have it be dark here on this side. So I'm going to paint around this berry. Ugh, I feel like I'm gonna have to mix more of this color. This is one of the struggles / mistakes I forgot for that video I made for you guys last week. I forgot a mistake. You know what that is? Not mixing enough of a color. You have to like remix it. And then sometimes you don't like do it the same. Like mix it the same. It is such a struggle for me. I never like mix enough. Okay, I am switching to my blending brush. Anyone else struggle with that? Not mixing enough of a color? Okay, I will add a little bit down here, I think. Wow, we're getting there. This is going to be a kind of a long tutorial, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna have to mix more of this color. Trish says, I'm not painting along with you this time, working on another painting, but look forward to watching the replay later. Nice. Yeah, those of you who are not painting what I'm painting, but you're working on something right now, what are you working on? Rachel says, you must be experiencing the storm system that moved through, is that Kansas City, KC? Kansas City area last night. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, because I'm in Indiana, northern Indiana. Okay, I'm going to paint in the stem. I kind of made it a little bit too far this way. Darn it. Maybe I'll have two stems going on. Like that. There we go. I just fixed an issue, a mistake. That works. All right. Now this leaf here, I'm gonna be dark on this side because I want it to stand out from this mug, the saucer. And it's underneath. I mean, technically, yeah, technically there would be like a shadow here. And then I will paint some over here. All right, and then blend. There. We do have one more holly to paint, and we will probably add a little bit to wow, I'm having such a terrible time talking. I will probably add a little bit more to them. But we will see because I don't want this tutorial to be too long. I'm already starting to get hungry, which is not good. Okay. So I'm gonna paint, yeah, this whole side dark green. Do you guys like this tutorial so far? Should I do more kind of similar to it, like combining nature elements with non-nature elements? What do you think? Because my tutorials are nature themed. That's kind of what I'm known for. It's fun to venture outside of nature sometimes. All right, there's the holly. I'm gonna clean my brush. And now we'll paint the berries. So I'm really trying to clean my brush here because the berries are red. I don't want to dull them with having green in my brush. Tyler says, I work from home, so I'm being bad today. Hey, you know what? You gotta have fun sometimes, right? Gotta have time to paint. Okay, I'm bringing up the reference photo for the berries. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, okay, Kansas City. That's what I was thinking. All right, so for the berries, I plan on using Foxberry from the Woodlands pan set. And I mixed it already. I do have to reactivate it, so I'm grabbing some water. It is a little too saturated for my liking, so I might add a touch of green to it to kind of tone it down. This is the color I'm trying to go for, so yeah, that's a little bit more intense than this version. So I'm cleaning that brush and then grabbing some green. I'll probably use sap green, just a tiny bit. Okay, I kind of added too much. Now it's dull. Grab me some more foxberry. All right, here we go. This is my size 4 round brush, and then I'm going to use my size 2 round brush, which I have to clean. That's very bad. Do not leave paint in your brush just sitting. I did not realize there was still paint in it. It's been sitting like that for an hour. Terrible of me. Okay, so I'll blend with this brush. And add a little tiny bit here, like so. Switch to the brush that just has water. Blend around. Really trying to make sure I keep my berry round and not squished looking. I'm gonna keep a highlight here. So unpainted, a little area unpainted. While it's still wet, I'm going to drop in a little bit more on this side. I'm gonna work it, touch. All right, next berry. Now, this one right here is underneath that one, so I want this one here to be dark right there. So I'm going to keep this one light right here. It's good to think about those things as you paint, like light and dark, like where they are compared to the objects around them, so that you can increase depth and contrast in your painting. Try and leave a little highlight. And then drop in more right there. Beth says, I would love if you would combine elements. I'd love some help painting baskets. That's a good one. I've never painted a basket before. I feel like that would be kind of challenging. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, and then switch. Blend. And have there be a highlight over here and have this be the lightest area on the berry. Next to this dark area on this leaf. And then same over here. I'm gonna have it be light around the dark part of these leaves here. Okay. Now to these berries. Sarah says, I've been working on the fox today, finding it really hard. Is that the one on my YouTube channel, Sarah? The one here? It's like a fox's face. I have, gosh, how many fox tutorials do I have? Like 3. I have one in the Woodland Animal Challenge, which, let's see, is linked in the description of this video. If you're up for a challenge. And then there's one in my membership. Hannah says, I love everything you paint. No matter what you pick, I would enjoy it. But this is very nice. I'm glad you guys like this tutorial. It makes me happy. Okay, so this berry here, I want this side to be light. I mean dark. And then light this way. With the highlight, or little tiny highlights. And then this one, I'm gonna have dark over here. Blend. Okay, and then this berry here is going to be dark right here because it's underneath that one. Blend. This one here, I'm gonna have it be light right here next to this dark area on this leaf. So it's gonna be dark on this side. I'm not really following the references or the reference photo for these, just kind of doing my own thing. Hannah says, I think foxberry is my, I think foxberry color is my favorite of all my watercolors. It is a beautiful color, isn't it? It's so gorgeous. I feel like I need a stem for this one. I think there. Okay. There. I'm loving this so far, guys. This is so fun. Okay. Chatra, hi. She says, hi everyone. Sorry I got late to attend. That's okay. It's really nice to see you. Okay, I need to mix more of this color. Go figure. I always have to do this. All right. Add a touch of green to it. Actually, that was the wrong green. Okay. Now these berries will be the same. Dab on some paint. Switch to my size 2 blending brush. Making sure My berry is round. Okay. I kind of added too much on the side. I'm going to wipe some away. Although I didn't really do a good job with that. That's fine. I'm going to drop in some dark. Right there. Okay. Then this one here is going to be dark because it's behind this other one. Blend. Drop in some more. Okay. And then this one, I'm gonna have it be dark on this side. Blend. Okay. Now these. Yeah, Sarah, that fox is probably the hardest tutorial I have on my channel. So if you find it difficult, that's why. And you're not alone. I found it difficult myself. But as long as you learn from it, that's what matters. And I think you'll learn a lot from that tutorial. And I think that is like the longest tutorial I have, I think. All right, so I'm gonna start with this cluster of berries, this one here. Have it be dark on this side. This one dark on this side. Blend. I'm gonna drop in some more right here. All right, this one dark on this side. We're almost there. We're almost there. I would say we have like half hour left. All right, I am cleaning my brushes now. Chatra says, so sorry. I missed the Zoom yesterday. Oh, no, that's okay, Chatra. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Trish says, I need that palette. Need Foxberry. You know what? I agree. You do need Foxberry. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, guys, all of the supplies are linked below in the description for you, so you easily know what I'm using for this painting. Okay, next we want to paint the pine. So I'm going to bring up the reference photo for that. And the stems for the berries here. Okay, so for the berry stems, I think I will have those be, I had those be green for the outline, but I might paint them brown. So I'm just gonna take some brown here Actually, I'm going to take my script brush, size 1, grab some brown, to paint the stems. Ah, I messed up. I kind of didn't follow my line right there, but it's fine. It's okay. Cleaning my brush. Thank you, Chatra. She says, it's so beautiful. Shelly says, I'm sorry, I missed the Zoom yesterday too. Work is getting in the way. Oh, that's okay, Shelly. Yeah, guys, it's fine. They're talking about the Zoom. I do like a Zoom every other week with my Nature with Watercolor members, so that's what they're talking about. Okay, now the pine. So there is a reference photo that you can work from, featuring different kinds of like pines. I think that's what they're called. So we're going to use this green that we mixed at the beginning that we haven't used yet. So this green, if you weren't at the beginning, is sap green from Daniel Smith. That's what I used, sap green, mixed with some brown to tone it down. I think I used brown, or maybe I used, oh wait, I used this redwood, this brownish red, and mix that into my green a little bit to tone it down so it's not so saturated. So I'm taking my, actually I should take my size 2, taking my size 2 brush with some water, reactivating this. So these pines, I'm not going to make them look super realistic. I will attempt it to look somewhat realistic though. And we'll want this green to be light, so I'm adding water to it, some more water. Okay. And we'll start with this one at the top. I'm not really using one of the pines specifically. I'm just kind of looking at all of them to see how I want to paint this. Okay, I hope I do this all right. Okay, here we go. Just gonna start at the top. I'll start the top here, kind of paint in the middle, like so. And then these other stems. Have some stems kind of poking out from the bottom. Okay, then I'm kind of working from those stems, adding some more like little ones from them, coming out of them. All right. This is looking okay. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, my stomach is growling. If you hear my stomach growl, sorry. All right, I think that's good there. I might add some of this other green into it when that dries. Maybe just for a few brush strokes to kind of make them look more cohesive. Now I'm going to paint in this little one that's floating right here. Basically the same way, but just smaller and fewer stems. All right. Claire, hi Claire. It's nice to see you. She says, hi, driving home from Duluth, Minnesota. How are you doing? Is it snowing yet up there? And she says, looks fabulous. Thank you. Chapter says, oh my gosh, I have to put aside my frog and paint this now. I'm in love with it. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Okay. I feel like I approach this as gracefully as the other one, but try my best. It's kind of more difficult when it's upside down. I guess I could turn my paper. I'm like at the very edge of the screen. Okay, I think that's good. That looks fine. Shelly says, I'm sorry, I have to go. I look forward to watching this later this evening. Enjoy. Bye, Shelly. Claire says it's raining and tomorrow it'll snow. Yeah, it's supposed to snow where I am this weekend, which is crazy. Can't believe it's gonna snow already. But then it's gonna warm up again and then the snow will melt. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn my paper. I feel like it'll be easier that way. So if you have to do the same, feel free to do that. I'm really trying to take it easy here. I feel like I can get carried away with these brush strokes, so I'm really trying to be intentional with them. All right, I added a little too much paint there. Soaked a little bit of it up. Okay, a few more. Wow, this is really coming together. Next, it's all about just adding the final details. Claire says, snow isn't fun to drive in, at least the first snow. I agree. I like snow when I don't have to go anywhere. Okay. So, I'm looking at this, trying to see what we should do next. It does need more. I think I might add some of this bluish green to these pines here a little bit. So I'm going to take my size 2 brush, reactivate this green here, add a little bit of water to it. I don't want to add too much of this green though, because I really like this green that I already have. Like, I really like it. I don't want to paint over it. Taking this size 4 brush, I'm going to kind of drag some of that off. Kind of added too much there. All right, so that's kind of what I was going for. I'm going to add some to this one. Maybe more, like this darker green, more on the bottom of it to give it more depth, more dimension. Okay. All right. How is your guys' painting coming along? Those of you who are painting with me. Oh my gosh, MJ, Marie Joy is here, guys. We highlighted you at the, like, an hour ago. You were our spotlight today. So yeah, I just wanted to say you have beautiful artwork. I love your moon wolf that you just did. She says, hi Allison, I know I'm late, but I'll be painting this today after my kiddos are done with their online school. The latte is looking good. Thank you. Hannah says, back, wait, you're done? And then they say, I'm still up. It's 1 a.m. here. Wow, you're still up. I would be like asleep like hours ago. Okay, I am going to take some of this green now, this other green, and I am going to add a touch of it to the holly. Now, I don't want to add too much of this because I really like that green that we painted it. And then I'm going to use this brush here that just has water to blend. And I'm going to first kind of test it out over here on this leaf, on the light part, and then blend. All right, I don't know. I don't know about this. Let's see. Not sure. Also kind of painting it into that middle line because I don't want it to be too white looking. Yeah, okay, okay. I think it looks okay. Just a little bit of this other green. This will just kind of help those greens look like they go together. Gives our holly a little bit more dimension. Okay, I just messed up right there, but it's fine. If you do that, just take a brush with just some water, kind of drag it off. I might also add some of this in the dark parts too. I'm revisiting this leaf. Blending. What do you guys think of these two greens together? I think they look okay. I'm going to kind of paint in this area a little bit. Okay. I'm revisiting some of these leaves again. I am so hungry, guys. Obviously, I didn't eat a good enough breakfast. We're almost there, though. I feel like I could just keep going and going, but, you know, I don't want this live tutorial to be too long. All right, I'm going to turn my paper around here. So you see the difference that this other green made? So this is the one we just painted, this is the other one. It just adds more, doesn't it? So let's do the same thing over here now. I do need to mix more on this green, go figure. So I'm gonna do that. If you're just joining, it's a sap green mixed with a little bit of red to tone it down a touch. More water, more sap green, water. Then I mix some of this redwood into it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Liz says, oh, to MJ. Do you go by MJ or is it Marie Joy? Liz says, good work. I'm just getting back to it. Patty says, I'm loving my painting. I incorporated canvas shimmers to my pine needles and ivy leaves and to other components. Nice. It's so fun to add shimmers, isn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna add some of that green over here and into the darker green too. Blend. All right. Blend. I have like a fuzz. Okay. Yeah, I'm really liking how this is turning out. Seriously, like I'm really proud of it. I hope you guys like yours too. I'm so proud of it. I might turn this into a print. We'll see. Although I might, if I do turn it into a print, I might want to work on it a touch more after the live stream just to kind of make it look a little bit more finished. Because guys, I mean, I can spend like an hour more on this, but yeah, I don't think I will during the live stream. Okay, blend. All right, wow, I like this. I'm gonna add some more over here. Okay, oops, I just like bumped my brush into my camera and then on my paper, but it's just my sketchbook, so it's fine. Great. Wow, I love this so much. What do you guys think? I would say it's pretty much done. If I worked more on this, well, let me just sit here for like a few seconds and look at this and think. All right, I might add a little bit more to the latte. All right, so I'm gonna take some white gouache here. Okay, and I'm going to grab some right from the tube with my size 4 brush. And I'm gonna add some highlight here on the stem. Okay, just to help it stand out a little bit more. And I'm going to add a highlight on the saucer right here, because in the reference photo we see kind of like a highlight. So I'm going to add that in. Just like that, nothing too crazy. Have it kind of continue this way slightly. Let's see. I might add some like over here. I'm applying it now, and then here in a minute I'll kind of blend it more. All right, so I'm cleaning that brush, and then I'm leaving water in it, and I'm kind of refining this white gouache. All right, yeah, I think this is looking a little better now. This makes me want a latte. Now I want to go out and get a latte, but that's not going to happen because it's rainy, and I do not like to leave the house when it's raining. Not if I have to, you know. Okay, I think I might grab a little bit more white gouache, add that here. Maybe add some down here. Okay. Cleaning my brush with some water in my brush. I'm kind of Yeah, I'm just kind of adding a little bit more detail now. Some like streaks in the foam, frothed milk. Okay, okay. I can keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. This is so fun. I need to do more of these that are not like strictly nature. Well, it has nature in it. It has to. I have to have at least some kind of nature in my artwork. But yeah, okay. I think I can stop. I like that. What do you guys think? I kind of wish I added more foaminess to it, you know, but I really like it. I like how it is. Yeah, okay. I think I'm done. I'll give you a close-up. But first I need to wipe this white gouache off of my finger. Okay. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay what you thought of this tutorial. Did you like it? I'd love to see yours. So if you post to Instagram, tag me, Allison Lyon Art. Use the hashtag Allison Lyon Art Tutorial. Follow Nature with Watercolor, which is my account where I feature art from you guys from my tutorials, whether it's here on YouTube or my classes. All right. Yeah, I love it, guys. I love it. Okay, let me say a proper goodbye to you. So I'm going to turn my camera. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here it is. I think that's pretty good for almost 2.5 hours of painting. I feel like I could add a little bit more, maybe in the shadows, make the shadows pop a little bit more. I'll probably do that. But yeah. Yay, I'm glad you guys like it. Rachel says, I think this will be my project for this evening. I haven't painted in a while. I struggle with the darkening days. Yeah, I hope painting brings more light into your day. Hannah says, thank you. You're welcome, Hannah. Chatra says, you made me want a latte now. I know, I made myself want a latte now. I want one. Hannah says, I really want to paint this. My only problem is my time. Yeah, finding time is hard, but you can do it, Hannah. Yeah, I can't wait to see where's Hannah and everyone else. Patty says, this will need to be a holiday card. Yeah, this would be perfect, guys, for a holiday card. Good idea. Rachel says, if I were a small coffee shop owner, I would totally use this for my holiday card for my business. Oh my gosh, I love that. I seriously love that. That's a good idea. Oh no.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Go away. Go.
I'm not sure I understand.
Stop. Okay. Thank you guys so much for following along with me on this. I can't wait to see yours. Thank you for your support on my channel. If you like this tutorial, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Wow, I can't talk. A thumbs up. And subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me. And yeah, I think that's it. Take care, guys. I appreciate you so much. I will see you next week for next week's video on Thursday. It's always hard to say goodbye, but I gotta eat lunch. I'm hungry. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. Yeah, gosh, Siri. Always interrupting my live streams. Bye, guys. Bye, Rachel, Patty, Tyler, Hannah, Chatra. Who else was here? MJ was here. Sarah Reed, Sarah Lucas, Liz, Claire, Shelly, Trish. Bye.